Hello, this is Diana Ballard, and welcome to the Mom Training Podcast, where we discuss the skills and strategies to create possibilities in motherhood and make it more fun, efficient, organized, and peaceful. Today, we're going to talk about a new topic, money management, and how increasing your skills in the financial part of your life will decrease your stress and improve your relationships, especially with your spouse. So here's some backstory. When I was single, I started studying different relationships around me. Why they struggled, why they succeeded, what made life easier, what made life harder. I asked lots of questions to really get to the root of why and how these things really affected their relationship. I knew that if I wanted to succeed in the future relationship with my spouse, I needed to start working on creating the habits necessary to have harmony in these areas. Marriage was already going to be hard enough by joining two different people under one roof and creating a life together. But I could do more on my part to decrease the stress by refining out the bad habits and creating better ones as much as I could before I got there. One area that seemed to come up over and over again was the finances. So much stress, so many fights, and I watched so many relationships around me suffer because of money. I started doing some professional training in finances and changed a bunch of habits to better ones. Because of changing these habits before saying I do, we have avoided a lot of stress and conflict. Because no matter what, there are going to be financial struggles in our lives. Someone loses a job, a car breaks down, medical bills, whatever. But I'll tell you what, I don't want my spending habits to be one of the reasons my family has financial stress, or especially put stress on my romantic relationship with my hubby. No, thank you. The stuff, fun, or convenience isn't worth sacrificing my relationships. I want to share this example with you that really stood out to me. I recently went to get a gym membership and went at 9:30 p.m. to do it. I know, it's late, but the kids were in bed and whatever. But there was a guy working there that signed me up. Honestly, he did not have very good customer service skills and wasn't very happy or nice. So I started talking to him about things to see how his day was. Come to find out, he was supposed to be off work a couple hours ago. When I asked him why he was still there, his response was, "My wife is expensive." Interesting. Well, with myself being a researching type, I asked some more questions. He was there almost 3 hours later than planned, hoping to get one more personal trainer sale that night. Him and his wife had only been married 8 months, you guys, and he was already working late hours and stressed about finances because she just loved to shop. So over the years, he has saved up a lot of money to start his own business, but he's concerned to start the business because they have a hard time saving any money right now since they have gotten married. I asked him if he'd talked to her about it, and he said he didn't want to cause problems or make her upset. But he may hold it in now, but sometime, ladies, he's gonna crack. Because it's bugging him, it's creating tension and distance in the relationship, and she doesn't even know it. Yeah, you could say it's his fault for not communicating. You could say it's not that bad. But is a shopping addiction, the need for more, and more, worth sacrificing your relationship harmony or potentially even your marriage? I don't know about you, but I'd much rather have a harmonious, happy marriage than a bunch of stuff. I want you to think about this. Is my life more peaceful or stressful concerning money? Do I need to change some habits? Or am I doing fine, saving like a G, and just need to continue practicing my good financial habits? Be honest with yourself if your spending habits are creating stress or creating harmony. But let's be real here. There will always be an excuse. We're out late. I don't feel like cooking. Chick-fil-A is still pretty healthy, right? I haven't bought a new shirt or dress in a couple weeks. But those habits are either creating stress or creating harmony. So really think about your spending, the excuses you create, and how you could spend less. Here's some ideas and tips to decrease your stress and change your financial state now and in the future. Number 1, stop using your credit cards for consumer debt. It's so dumb, you guys. Most of the things that are bought are not even 100% necessary, a want more than a need, and the amount just racks up higher and higher every single month. Yeah, you may not see the consequences now, but believe me, you will. In your relationships, in your health because of your stress, in your life. Everything will be affected by what you buy with those credit cards. I have a friend that has $35,000 in credit card debt, a car payment, and a house payment. Do you know how much her and her husband fight about money? All the time. These debts didn't just happen overnight, my friends. They came with one purchase, one upgrade, one cha-ching at a time. Realize how dangerous these habits are for your peace, family, and relationships. Yes, they talk about building your credit, but building credit doesn't mean you have to have a huge balance on your credit card. It's using the credit card. You can even pay it off to zero every month, not have to pay any interest, and have an excellent credit number. You can. You don't have to have tons and tons of debt to increase your credit. Number 2, be aware of what you are spending. Now, you could be like, I'm not a big spender, but for some reason we struggle with finances. Okay, let's look at some things. How many times do you go out to eat each week? How much do you spend on groceries? Do you find yourself throwing away a lot of money in the trash each week as you clean out your fridge? Because food is money. How many subscriptions do you have to different things? Netflix, Hulu, gym memberships you never use? Are those subscriptions bringing you closer to your goals, or do they distract you from what's really important to you? Do you buy fancy drinks at soda shops or Starbucks? Start asking yourself the hard questions and really digging in your finances. Where's the money going? Number 3, learning to cope in different, healthier ways. This is going back to the very first podcast about soft addictions. Soft addictions are addictions that are considered normal or okay in society, but can be just as damaging to our lives as hard addictions like drugs and alcohol. Some of these could include shopping or spending money addictions, food addictions, addictions to media through phone, TV, or computer, workaholics, things that are normal like we have to eat, we have to shop, work, and stay connected with friends and family. But when they are out of balance, they start controlling our environment and affecting our relationships through fighting, neglecting each other, zoning out, and that's when it's a problem, especially with children. It's been proven that parents are not as involved now, and a lot of that is because of soft addictions. Parents being addicted to these soft addictions like workaholic, media, shopping, food addictions, and it's checking parents out. I know that we don't want to hear that, but we have to think about it. We have to change something. In our relationships with our kids and our husband and ourselves, we have to change. So if you think you might have one of these problems and wonder if it's affecting you, here's a way that you can test if you're struggling with one of these soft addictions. Try to stop doing that one thing for a week and see how you feel. Now, honestly, it might be a huge eye-opener to feel yourself feeling like you're addicted to something like spending money, food, or your phone. That's great to realize. What, Diana? Are you kidding me? You're happy that I found something I'm addicted to? Yes. Because like it or not, believe it or not, it's affecting your life and especially the relationships around you with your spouse, kids, friends, and extended family. And figuring out what's stealing your time, peace, and joy is a gift. Because, girl, you now can be proactive in working on changing that habit and watching your life get better as you do so. Become determined about this. Your life doesn't have to be yanked around by consumerism or addictions. It doesn't. Your peace, family, and life are worth more than that. You have to protect it. You, the mama, have such great power in creating the environment you desire. I encourage you to continue to try. Now again, you can practice tons of good habits, be careful with your finances, refrain from spending, and still have some financial stress in your life. Shoot, even millionaires have financial stress sometimes, but with a lot bigger amounts of money than you and I are handling, right? It happens. But let's work on creating the good habits with money so that we are not the ones creating the crisis in our family because we've used up all the money and racked up thousands of dollars in consumer debt. Let's work on figuring out what is most important, what is a need and what is a luxury, starting to save more money than we spend. And by doing so, by changing those spending habits into saving habits, we will create more harmonious relationships around us, prevent a lot of problems, and have a lot more peace. Let's build the relationships, home, and family life that we desire, mamas. It starts with us. We can do it. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys are awesome, faithful listeners, and we'll see you next week on the Mom Training Podcast.